Hi dear students, welcome back to the English session. In today's session, let me explain you a very important chapter from the supplementary reader of class 11th, The Address. The lesson, The Address, is written by Margot Winko, who was a Dutch journalist and writer, who started writing later in her life stories and novels from her own experience. She grew up in the family of five members, and she was the first survivor in her family during the Second World War. In 1957, she made her debut as a writer with the Bitter Herbs. She ranks among the first Dutch in the writing field. Well students, in today's session, I would like to explain the lesson by giving the chapter sketch and characters and important points. According to that, let us begin with the introduction or chapter sketch. The story, The Address, is a touching account of a girl who goes in search of her mother's belongings after the Second World War in Holland. But even after finding what she so much wanted to feel, touch, remember and see, she leaves everything behind as it could not bring back her dead mother. Even she decided to leave them and move on because she thought that the daughter, she realized that it could nothing but pain. Now I wish to tell you about the characters which comes in the lesson, The Address. Firstly, the daughter narrator. The lesson which is narrated by the character, the daughter. The daughter, who is the narrator of this story, goes to Holland in search of her mother's precious belongings, and she wanted to see those possessions because those were the bond between her family and herself. So she was very much interested to see the possessions or the belongings of her mother because those were the connection between her life and her family. So she came to Holland to visit the address which was given by her mother, Mrs. S. Next, we have another important character, that is Mrs. S. Mrs. S is the narrator's mother. The narrator's mother has been called as Mrs. S in this lesson. She was very simpleton and she could not read the fraudulent and manipulating nature of Mrs. Dorling, and she trusted Mrs. Dorling and allowed her to take the precious belongings to her custody. See, the narrator's mother, Mrs. S, had precious and valuable silverwares, cutleries and cookery. So everything she gave to Mrs. Dorling to protect and to save it during the Second World War. Next, we have an important character, that is none other than Mrs. Dorling. So Mrs. Dorling has been described as one of the old acquaintance of Mrs. S. She possessed cunning personality and she reluctant to recognize the narrator when she visited her home. Even she did not want to return the precious and the valuable things which she had kept in her custody. See dear student, in the chapter The address is Mrs. Dorling, Marconi Street and number 46. See, before narrator's mother's death, before Mrs. S death, she gave the address to narrator. That address was Mrs. Dorling, Marconi Street, number 46. Why she gave or handed over this address to her daughter? Because she asked the daughter to collect or take back the precious belongings which had been kept by Yes, Mrs. Dorling. So she gave this address before her death. Now, let me explain you the chapter based on the point. The first point is Mrs. Dorling's indifferent attitude towards the narrator. See, dear students, during the Second World War, German invaded Holland, where 90% of the people were Jews, and they started to escape from Holland in order to save their life, in order to have refugees in other countries. They started to escape, and as many were imprisoned. During the time, one of the innocent lady, who was none other than Mrs. S, with her daughter too, went away from the Holland just to survive in a different part. When, while leaving, she met Mrs. Dorling and handed over her precious things to her just to protect her for time being. See, one day, narrator, the daughter, the name here mentioned, she visited the Mrs. Dorling's house. How she visited? Because before the death, Mrs. S handed over the address, Mrs. Dorling, Marconi Street, number 46 to daughter. So based on the address, she tracked the address and reached the Mrs. Dorling's house. She knocked the door and the door was partly opened. She asked the owner of the house that whether she knew her. The lady, Mrs. Dorling, she knew her, she recognized her, but she told her that she had not known her. Further, the narrator told the owner that she was the daughter of Mrs. S. By the time, she told that she did not know, and she gave no absolute sign of recognition, to the daughter, the narrator. So, the narrator felt insult, and she thought that what to do, and she suspected that whether she had reached the right address or not, and she perhaps mistaken, and she thought that she had rung the wrong bell. But then she noticed her mother's green knitted cardigan. Cardigan means sweater with buttons. She noticed the narrator noticed her mother's green knitted cardigan, which was worn by Mrs. Dorling. Now, she confirmed that she had reached the correct address. She did not make any mistake. And she reached the correct address, and she confirmed, because Mrs. Dorling was wearing that day, Mrs. cardigan. The narrator's mother's cardigan she was wearing. So she confirmed that she reached the right address. But the owner, Mrs. Dorling, was reluctant to recognize this narrator, as well as did not let her to enter the house, as she did not want to return the precious things. She knew very well that how much they were costing. So she did not let her to enter the house. Now, the narrator was terrified, and she stood there itself, and she again went and see the name plate. Even the name plate shows the same address that Mrs. Dorling, Marconi Street, and number 46. She was not done any mistake. She had run the correct address, and she was in a dilemma that what to do. Next, look at the point. Next, someone watching the narrator from the window. Now, the narrator got confusion that what to do. She was about to leave, but she stood there itself near the door on the steps for some time. At that time, she noticed and observed that someone was watching the narrator from the house through the window. The girl presumed that someone other than Mrs. Dorling must be observing her, and she should ask the reason why the narrator visited that home. Actually, Mrs. Dorling the owner of the house, she recognized this lady, but she was not willing to, yes, tell with her that, because she hoped that she would take back. That's what Mrs. Dorling did not recognize her, and she told her that she had no time to speak with her, and she asked her to come in the next time. But the person who was really observing these things from inside the home, yes, wanted to know why the narrator had visited. But she was helpless. Now the narrator felt insult and worried, and decided to return from there, and she wanted to go back to the train so that she could reach to her hometown. Next, we'll see the point. The narrator remembers what her mother had told her. Now, after the refusal from the Mrs. Dorling, yes, the narrator decided to travel towards the railway station. While traveling towards the railway station, she had remembered her mother and what her mother told. Now, yes, she remembered that yes, her mother had given her yes, the address, which was yes, Marconi Street, number 46, and she believed that she had reached the right address. But why this lady behaved like this, she has to think now. And the narrator in this lesson felt two different feelings. For the first time visiting how she felt, and the second time visiting how she felt, we would like to know here. And when she was remembering about her mother, yes, she thought that what she told her to, yes, before she was leaving. And the mother informed the daughter that every time Mrs. Dorling was visiting her home, she took something precious from her home, because as Mrs. S would not able to protect the precious silverwares, cutlery and crockery, because there was a problem that during the Second World War they did not have hope that and they did not have any guarantee that how and when they have to leave their country. So this Mrs. Dorling was bold enough to face the situation and problems or circumstances. So she gave the idea to Mrs. S that I wanted to take the precious things from you because I could protect it during the war. So Mrs. S trusted Mrs. Dorling and allowed her to take all the precious things from her home. So these things is now the narrator remembered when she was traveling towards the railway station, and Mrs. S she completely trusted Mrs. Dorling, and she hoped that she would return later, after the war. Such a hope she had. But really, this is Mrs. Dorling was a cunning lady, and she did not want to return such precious things to back, because she knew that they were very costliest one. Yes, next, the narrator remembers when she met Mrs. Dorling. Yes, the way when she was traveling towards the railway station, yes, she came closer with the past things, because those places were very familiar to her. Before the war, she lived long there with her mother. But now, when she was traveling towards the railway station, she did not pay much attention to the things which were there beside of her or beside the road, because she thought that if she worried much about or if she paid much attention to them, it would really upset her. So she was least bothered, and she did not think much about the things which were lying so nearby the road. And in the train, she remembered the behavior of Mrs. Dorling, how she was when she met her first time, and how she is when she met in the address which was given by her mother, Mrs. S, before her death, Mrs. Dorling, Marconi Street, number 46. That day, when she was coming to her home from the downstairs, the narrator's mother introduced her to Mrs. Dorling, and when that day Mrs. Dorling was carrying the heavy luggage from the narrator's home. When she asked about the luggage and Mrs. Dorling, the narrator's mother told her that she was one of my old acquaintance. She used to take away those precious things to her home just to protect and keep it safely during the war time. I mean for time being. After the war, as everything comes to normal, she would return. In such a way, she had a hope. So same thing she remembered the daughter. But when she visited for the first time to Mrs. Dorling, there happened something different. Even she did not let her to enter the house. Yes, next we have a point. Initially, the narrator was reluctant to see the family's old belongings. The narrator, so after the very next year of the Second World War, when everywhere a peace established with the help of United Nations organization, after the acquiring of liberation, she was not interested to go or to see, to touch or to feel the old belongings of her mother. Why? Because if she visited to the address and if she saw those belongings, yes, it would really bring back her past memory so that she would feel nostalgic. So she did not want to visit that address and she did not want to bring back the memory, as she knew very well that it would not bring her mother back. So she did not want to visit that address and she did not want to have a touch or see those belongings, because she knew that belongings would bring her back memories but not her mother. On that point of view, she did not get interest to visit them. But even she had no interest to see those things at all. She wished to keep those precious belongings in the boxes of Mrs. Dorling itself. But after the liberation, as everything normal, when she was getting everything, food, everything properly, she gained interest or curiosity unexpectedly to visit the address which was given by the mother and to collect back the precious things she decided, and she hoped that all the precious things which had taken from her mother's had been kept in a proper way, she hoped. But what happened we'll see in the later on. Yes, now, yes, the narrator, yes, she thought that yes, I would visit that address and I should see the old belongings so that I can continue that bond between me and my family. So she wished to see those belongings for the second time. When she visited the second time, yes, something happened, a strange experience she got. What hope she had, it was totally against to that. Well students, in today's class we have discussed about how narrator felt when she visited the address for the first time. Okay, well students, in the next class we'll see how it happened. So thank you very much.